Today we're going to be cleaning out the ovens. They get pretty bad after not too long. As you can see, they're kind of a little bit on the crusty side. So
it's very dark.
Very dark, very dark.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how to clean them out. Make that stone all crisp and clean. It's going to be beautiful.
There it goes.
All right. Now what you're going to want to do to get this stone out, because it weighs like 1,000,000 pounds, this is how I do it. Spatula. And nice and tight under there. Right? Up. Like that. Still kind of warm. A little bit. Right.
Not full.
That's how you're supposed to do it. I rest it here on my belt. I'm not sure what this is exactly. It's a scraping tool of some kind, I think. I know I've seen them before in other places, but I don't remember exactly where. But use this to get the grunt of it off. The brunt of it. One thing you want to make sure you do, don't forget to touch up inside the shelf where the stone actually sits. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to get the first layer of heavy stuff off. Good enough for this side, because when I flip this stone over and put it on the bottom, the heat from underneath is going to cook all this off. Okay, so this is the other side of the stone that we just pulled out of the top, and believe it or not, the easiest thing to clean this with is just some soap and water. So you can see that because it's been burnt so much, the water literally just lifts up and shook them up generally kind of easy. After the oven cleaner soaks into it, I just wiped it off with a rag. It's really easy. Most of it came right off. Like the heavy stuff comes off right away with a light coat of oil. And then I just use the scraper to kind of just scrape all this. The thing too is that I use a wet rag, the same one I used over there, and I run over the heavy areas. Because what happens is the ash, or whatever this is, oils and stuff, it swells up when it gets wet. So it makes it a lot easier for this guy to actually be able to grab it. And it makes it a lot easier to come off. somewhat faster just by getting it wet. That's the same for a second. All right, so now we got the top piece clean. Looks pretty good, I think.
Penny indeed.
So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing to the bottom. Pull it out. Basically the same exact thing. All right. Another thing. I'll be doing this in a minute, cleaning the outside. But I have to say, this is probably the most useful piece of tool when it comes to cleaning these. You use an Brillo pad or a sponge. It takes forever. And this is the easiest way I've come to do it. Another thing, when you're cleaning these big ovens like this, stuff collects down here. It's pretty easy, just kind of clean it out. I use the brush. Another place that collects is right here.
I cleaned it out.
Same thing, but it's already been self-cleaned. Again, and over there. Something to fry it up with. Stones weigh a lot, for the most part. Pretty heavy. Place it on the legs, the back. Stone, the second stone is generally pretty easy. Like the bottom of it's baking for however long until you get to it, right? So this generally comes off pretty easy. The best way to do it is to start out with something dry, like a brush. You scrape it all off with that because it's all flaky and dry. It comes right off. And then whatever's left, you just kind of spray and use water and soap. So while this sets, as we scrape out the first layer already, we're gonna start on the outside. The outside is exactly the same as everything else. You just spray it. Watch the stuff. Chemicals. Now this, I usually start out with the rag because most of the time it all comes right off. But when it doesn't, you use a scraper. Alright, so you got the top clean, the bottom clean, everything's clean. Difference. Also, we swept off the top, cleaned it up, and all we have left to do is clean the mess up. Thanks for watching.